Sorry, so we can start the session. So what are we covering today? So today first thing we will see what is virtual networking, and inside virtual networking we'll see what are subnets. So after subnets we'll see what is address spacing, and finally we'll see IP addresses. Okay. One second. This may be for like. Sorry. Where I opened. Okay. So first we will understand what is Azure Virtual Network. So Azure Virtual Network is also called as VNet in short form, which is the fundamental building block of your own private network in Azure. So suppose if you want to have your own fence, your own boundary in the Azure cloud, right? So then we have to go with the Azure Virtual Network. So VNet enables many types of Azure resources such as Azure Virtual Machines, maybe Azure Virtual Web Apps, to securely communicate with other resources in Azure, maybe storage account for example, and also we can communicate over the internet. Also we can communicate over the on-premise networks through secure way. So if you want to have our own private network in Azure, right? So we have to go with the Azure Virtual Network. Fine. So now we will see how to create the virtual network. So if we click on the menu, top menu bar, right, here we can see virtual networks. Click on the virtual networks. Click on create. So this is the basic tab of creating the virtual network. Here also if you see, right, so Microsoft has mentioned the same thing. Azure Virtual Network, which is nothing but a VNet, is the fundamental building block of your own private network in Azure. So first thing what we need to select the subscription. So I'll go with my Azure subscription, which is pay as you go. So next we need to select the resource group. Currently I am not having any resource group. So I will click on create new and I will say training RG. OK. Next we need to provide the name for the virtual network. I will say VNet demo. And I will select the region as Central US. So next is IP addressing. So in virtual network, this is the very important concept, IP addressing. Fine. So to understand better IP addressing, right? So I'll open an Excel and I will try to explain. Okay. So in our earlier days, right? We have learned a concept called IP address. Maybe in our MCA, well, when we are doing our MCA or engineering or when we are doing our computer courses, right? We may be heard about concept called IP address and we may know some basic concepts on that. Okay. So what does a IP address contains? It contains normally 8 bits, right? For example, I can say 10, 0, 0, 0. This is nothing but 10.0.0.0.0. So what this 10 initial one contains, it is called as nothing but a bit, right? So it is an 8 bit. So this is also 8-bit. This is also 8-bit. And this is also 8. Each 8-bit or each this box, what is called as octets. Okay, octets. Okay, so now each bit may contain the number from 0 to 255, right? 0 to, again same. Each bit can contain the value from 0 to 255. Also, if you remember the classes of IP address, right? Address range, right? We may heard that there are class A, there is a class A, class B, class C, class D, class E, right? So class A starts from 0 to 127. Class B starts from 128 to 191. Class C starts from 192 to 223. Class D is from 224 to 239. And class C is from 240 to 255. Class A, Class B, and Class C, right, are used for public internet. Class D and Class E are not for the public internet. Okay. If you take the example of Class C, right, you may see in the IP address, for example, it may be 192.168.1.0 something. Whenever you get a new laptop or desktop in the office, right? So they will configuring the IP address in this format, right? For your laptops or the desktops. Okay. So normally what is an IP address? An IP address is basically a unique number given to a resource. For example, a computer or a laptop. So an IP address are unique within the entire network. In earlier days, this was the format they are using to provide the IP address. I think someone joined. Okay, I'll admit them. Hey, hi Sarthi, welcome. Fine. In earlier days, this was the IP address which they used to configure in this format. Okay, so after some years, right? So the network team or the network, what we can call, who defines the network structure, right? So they told that this format of IP address has been separated and it was deprecated. Then they came with a new format called CIDR block. Okay, CIDR, which is nothing but a classless domain routing. Okay, so in Azure, if you want to provide the IP address, right, we should follow the CIDR notation format. This is called CIDR notation. Okay. Fine. So now we need to understand what is CADR, right? So in CADR, normally it will be having two sections. One is for networking and one is for host. So if you see the, if you want to understand the CADR, this is the website. So after this class, I will be sharing with you. So if you see the CADR notation, right? CADR notation is a component representation of an IP address and it is associated with network mask. Also, if you see here, right, an IP address is interpreted as composed of two parts. One is network identity prefix followed by a host identifier. So the CADR notation contains what? Two parts. One is network prefix, that is networking part, and next is the host part. So how do we give the CADR format, right? So for example, this is the format 192.168.100.114/24. So now we will take some examples and we'll go in depth and understand how we can give the CADR notation for giving the IP address for virtual network. Okay. So for example, we can take the same, okay, 10.0.0.0. Next is /16. Sorry, /16. Now this is the format we need to provide while giving the address space in Azure. Okay, it should be 8-bit dot 8-bit dot 8-bit dot /16. Again, this is nothing but 8-bit, and this format is called CADR. Okay. Now, what does this /16 denotes? For example, if we take this, right, so there are totally how many blocks? How many boxes? 4 boxes. Each box contains how many bits? 8 bits, right? So now if we say 8 into 4, which is equal to 32 bits for the IP address. So here also the same, okay? If we say /16, right? First is 8, second is 8. So total 16. So out of 32, I am saying that first 8 and plus second 8, total 16 should be reserved for IP address. Okay, sorry, should be reserved for networking. Network. And next 2 bits, right? So remaining 8 plus 8, right? Sorry, it should be not this one. This one is for host. This one is for host. Now, when we specify the bits for network, right? This cannot be changed. This is fixed now. We can change only the host part. Okay. For example, we can take one more example of the same thing. If I say /24. Now, out of 32, I am telling that reserve 24 bits for networking. So this will be also become part of networking. Okay. Sorry. So out of 24, first 3 bits are reserved for networking, and last bit which is available of 8 bit is reserved for host. I cannot change this 24 bits. I can only manipulate, or I can only work with only the last 8 bits. This is how the CADR format works. And in Azure, if you want to give an IP address for any virtual network, right, we should follow the same format, which is CADR notation format. Fine. Now, we know that each bit contains how many? 0 to 255, right? So now here I have 0 to 255. Here also I have 0 to 255. Total how many for me? 256. I should include 0 also, okay? From 0 to 258, there are total 256. Here also total 256. How many hosts are available for me? So that is 256 into 256, right? So which is equal to total 65,538 hosts are available for me. If I go with /16 format, if I go with /24 format, I will be having how many hosts? 256 hosts. Okay. So clear on this? Any questions on CADR notation? Okay. So now every virtual network should contain minimum one subnet. Okay. For example, consider that there is some new office coming up. Okay, so they have the square feet of around 5,000 square feet area. Okay, so the area of the complete office is around 5,000 square feet. So now in this 5,000 square feet, they are having some separate or different teams. Okay, for example, so they may have application development team. So they may have database team. So they may have HR team also. Okay. So finally they may have finance team. Now consider this entire 5,000 square feet as a virtual network. Okay. Sorry. It is nothing but VNet. So in this VNet, I am breaking into multiple subparts. Okay. So I am breaking this VNet into multiple subparts, and each subpart is called subnet. So this may be subnet 1. This may be subnet 2. This may be subnet 3. and this may be subnet 4. So now if we replace this data team with, application dev team with web servers. Okay. Now database team with DB servers. Finance team with finance. Info. Some example finance info. Okay. The same way for HR also. They may have some HR information. Okay. HR servers. Now for this VNet, we may given the CADR notation as 10.0.0.0/16. So in this 16, 10.0 is reserved, right? So for me, availables are only 0 and 1. So for the subnet web servers, what I can give subnet CADR format for web server subnet, I can give as 10.0.1.0/24. For DB servers, I can give 10.0.2.0/24. The same way for finance, 10.0.3.0/24. The same way for HR team also. Okay. Now, if we update the same in Excel, right? Here and now I will say web server subnet. So which is nothing but again 8-bit here also. Next here it will be 1.0.0. Here /24. The same way for DB servers, DB subnet. So it will be 10.0.2.0. Now here how many? So these three are again reserved for what? Networking. Okay. So the first 3 bits are reserved for networking and the only available bit is that is last one, which is nothing but 0 to 255. So which is nothing but 256 hosts are available for me. Should be hosts. The same way for here also, right? The first 3 bits are reserved for networking and the last bit is available for host. So I'll arrange this properly. Okay, this will be again a 0. This is host. Here it will be 0 to 255. Total 256. Here 0. Yeah, here also total 256. Now we have given the CADA notation for the virtual network And also in that virtual network, we had divided that virtual network into subpods. They are called as subnets. And we are given the CADA notation for two subnets, one for web server subnet and one for DB server subnet. Okay. Now, in web server subnet, I want to host the VMs. Okay. So maybe web server 1, web server 2, server 3. So now I need to provide the IP address for this, right? So for this IP address can be 10.0.0 slash, sorry, it's 1/1. Here it can be 10.0/1.2. Here it can be 10.0/1.3. Okay. Here the first 3 bits are reserved for what? Networking section, and the last bit is for the virtual machine, which is the host. So the same thing, if you want to provide the DB servers, right, with IP address, I can give DB server 1, which is nothing but 10.0.2.1, 10 dot, sorry, this DB server 2, 10.0.2.2, and server 3, which can be 10.0.2.3. So this is how we will give the CADA notation and the IP address configuration in the virtual network. Any questions on this in understanding the CADA notation?
So here for the server anyway, we have given IP address. We can able to define the IP address with using last one bit.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Right. So in case if you wanted to give it for machines, individual laptops or something. So
So this is
first,
for, okay. So now we are in cloud, right? So everything is virtual for us, right? So what we create a VMs that will be in Azure only, right?
yeah,
So but my laptop is with me, right? So it is my IP, right? It's not with the Azure IP, right? So now
yeah.
we should.
I'm not asking about Azure part. I'm asking. I don't
Okay,
know how
okay,
it's going to be. So
okay.
see in the here in the web server subnet, if we take just consider as a lap for our laptops. How I don't know how they define network team in our for our laptops. So
Okay.
we'll be first three I mean places are reserved for network we can consider. So
Yes.
last place is only for the IP. I mean for the individual machine. So you
Okay.
can define max to max 256 into 256. Even you can say if you take last two bits also, you can make you can consider as 256 into 256 around 65,000 address you can
Okay.
define it, right?
So I got your question. Okay. See, in real time, right? In your if you take your organization also, right?
Mhm.
So if your organization is having any applications and they have servers, right? So they may have separate VNet for that 10.0.0.0. And for example, if they want to provide for employees, right? So they may have separate VNet 10.0.1.0.
Okay, okay, okay,
So got right.
okay, okay, fine, fine. For each separate, they can define
Yeah.
address.
So in while creating a virtual network, so there is no restriction that I should provide only one CADR notation. No, I can provide n number CADR notation in the virtual network. That is possible.
Oh, yeah,
So you got clear idea on this,
yeah,
right?
yeah, got
So
it, got it, got it.
so because without knowing this one, right, how the CADR block or CADR notation works, right? For us, it will be difficult to configuration the networking section.
Yeah.
It's very simple, okay?
Yeah.
At a very top level, at a VNet level, we are reserving only the 2 bits for networking and 2 are open for host. Again, when we are breaking the network into smaller pieces, which are called subnets, in subnets, what we are doing, we are reserving 3 bits for networking and we are providing 1 bit for host. Clear? So here 2 bits are open, right? So this can change from 0 to 255. Okay, so here I given 1, next 2, next 3, next 4 like that. Up to 256 I can give 0 to 256 and each 0 to 256 I can configure how many machines or I can provide how many IP address I can provide 256 IP addresses. Clear?
Yeah.
So now one important thing to remember is after creating a subnet, right? What Azure will do out of 256, right? In our case, it is 256, right? So total hosts are all 256, right? Out of 256, there will be only 251 hosts available. Because Microsoft takes 5 IP addresses from the above pool. And this has to be so this has to be remembered and understand, okay? So in 256 hosts, right? Whenever you create a subnet, by default, Microsoft will reserve 5 IP address for its own pool, okay? From the above pool, they will reserve 5 IP addresses. So total how many available for us? Total 251 are available for us. So clear, right? So
Yeah.
this we cannot change. By default, Microsoft will reserve 5 IP addresses for each subnet. So that is how the VNet is configured in Azure. Clear? Okay. So to put very simple, what is VNet, right? So what I think already we saw the virtual networking, right? So if you want to create your own private network in the cloud, so we go with the virtual network, or which is also called as VNet. And to understand subnet, right? Breaking VNet into smaller network is called subnet. So this is how I explained in the diagram. So this entire 5,000 square feet was a VNet. We are breaking this VNet into multiple parts and each subpart is called as a subnet. We have taken example as app development team. So later we taken consider or modified app development team to web servers. The same example is represented in the Excel also. Okay, how the CAD notation is configured for subnets also. Clear? Amar, Shiva, anyone have any questions, right? Fine.
No, got it.
Okay, so next. In virtual network, so while creating a virtual network, right? The first and foremost is we have to decide the CIDR block. What should be my CIDR notation? So without knowing or without planning the CIDR notation, right? It is not a good practice to proceed because after configuring or after providing the CIDR notation and after creating a virtual network, right? We cannot change the CADR notation. The IP address configuration we cannot change. That is one thing. So next is, so here there are two types of IP addresses. Okay. One is private IP address. One is public IP address. Private IP address is what we can create. Public IP address is what Microsoft will give. We cannot provide the public IP address. Public IP address will be given by the Microsoft. And private IP address is free. There is no charge for private IP address. And for public IP address, it is charged. So if you want to see the charging of the IP address, right, we can see that. Azure public IP pricing. So this is the link for that. Here we have to select the region. So in which region I am deploying my virtual network, or I am creating my public IP, and in which currency I want to see the pricing, right? Once we select these two, so Microsoft will display the pricing details below. For example, if you see public IP address, right? So per hour, per IP, it costs around 0.433 paise. So that's what, when initially we created the virtual machine and when we stopped the virtual machine, right? We got a prompt asking that, do you want to preserve the IP address? If we enabled that checkbox by mistakenly, right? And after we stop the virtual machines also, since we told to preserve the public IP address, Microsoft will be charging 0.433 rupees per hour, even though my virtual machine is not running. So the recently one of my friend came and asked me the same question. He created 4 virtual machines and he stopped the virtual machines. But while stopping, he selected the checkbox. Even though the machines are not running, but after a month, he got around 1200 rupees bill. So when we opened the portal for his with his credentials, right? So then I saw that he has told that he want to preserve the IP address, even though the virtual machines are not running. So, but he mentioned to preserve the IP address, right? So for that, Microsoft is charging the bill. So unless right, we have to have the same IP at public IP address. So at that time we can preserve it. But for our training kind of thing, right, we don't no need to preserve. We can stop the virtual machines. For stopping the virtual machines, Microsoft will not charge anything. But if you preserve the IP address, Microsoft will charge 0.50 paise per hour. Fine. Okay. So now Microsoft is provided by default one of the CADR notation. Okay. So 10.0.0.0/16. Are you okay with this, or if you want to change? We are okay with this, we are fine. If you want to change, we can change it. But why Microsoft is saying /16 bits only reserve? First 16 bits only it has to be reserved. So as per Microsoft, that is the best practice to create the virtual network. Okay. So next, by default, while creating a virtual network, there should be one subnet at least while creating the virtual network. Without one subnet, it will not allow to create the virtual network. So by default, the subnet name it has given as default. And what is this subnet address range? If you want to change this, right, click on the default or the name of the subnet. It will provide the options to change the name and the subnet address range. So instead of default, I will change this to reverse. or web server. Web server subnet. I will say click on save. If you want to add one more subnet, right? So just click on add subnet and it will allow to create one more subnet for us. So next click on security. So the Bastion host, which is a new thing in Azure. So we will see in later sessions. If you want to protect any extra security, right? If you want to go with DDoS protection standard, if you want to enable it, we can enable it. If you want to enable firewall also, we can enable it. But remember that any options we select this, right? So there will be a extra additional cost on this. Fine. So currently I don't want to enable both the things. Next I'll go with the tags. Currently I'm not providing any tags. I'm clicking on review and create. So it'll do a small validation. So once the validation success, right, it will allow us to create the virtual network. So I'll click on create button. It will hardly 1-2 minutes to create the virtual network. So the virtual network got created. I will say go to resource. So if you see the left side, right, here are some of the options which are available for the virtual network. Suppose if I want to enable the DDoS protection, right, or disable, this is the place. If I want to enable firewall or disable, right, this is the place. Or else if I want to add any extra subnets, right, so I can come and click on subnets. So it will display what are the subnets available here. So we have given the name while creating a virtual network as web server subnet, and also the IP address range or CADR notation is displayed here. See, out of 256, right? So as I mentioned, 5 are reserved, right? So we are now we have available only 251. So now I will create one more subnet for database. Okay. So now DB subnet. See, now Microsoft is by default selected 1.0. So if I put here 0, right? So it will display that it's already taken already. 0.0 is already taken. So 1.0 is available. Also, if I change the first bit, right? So for example, so Microsoft is throwing error saying that the subnet address range what we are given is not contained in the virtual network address space. So we have to provide the valid address space here. So I will give 10.0.1.0/24 and I will say click on save. So now for us there are two subnets. And now what we will do, we will create an virtual machine and map the virtual machine with the current virtual network, and the subnet will be web server subnet, and see what will happen. Okay. I'll click on virtual machines. Click on add virtual machine. And remember one thing, that the virtual network and the resources what you're configuring for that network, right, has to be in same region. Suppose my virtual network is in central US, and if I want to deploy the virtual machines in another region, so that virtual network will be not available for these VMs. Any resource, for example, virtual machines or web apps, right? If you want to configure the network, then the virtual machines and the network should be in the same region. VM web server 01. This is central US. Don't want to change any size. Okay, Praveen. Next, I'll click on disk, and disk I will select as standard HDD. Next, I will click on networking. See, by default, Microsoft has selected the network what we created. If there are multiple networks, right, VNets, so all the networks will be displayed here. We can select which one we want. And suppose if you don't want to go with the existing one, if you want to create a new one, right, so we can create a new one by clicking the create new also. For example, I will go back again to the basic tab, and I will say my VM should be not in central US, I'll say some other region, okay. And if I come to networking, right, see, then VNet what we created is not displayed here, because I am saying that I want the virtual machine to be deployed in different region, which is not part of the network VNet where it created in that region. So because of that, it's not displaying here. Again, I will change this to central US. Again, now it will be available for us. Now here we can see, right, subnet. If I click the drop down, it will display me all the existing subnets. Now I should select the proper subnet under which subnet my VM should fall. Currently, we are creating a VM for web server subnet, right? So it has to go, so sorry, I am creating a VM for the web server, right? So it has to fall under web server VNet. I'm selecting the web server VNet here. So I don't want to change the NIC. I don't want to modify any existing settings. So I click on management. I will disable the boot diagnostics. Next, I will go to advanced. I don't want to add any extensions here. So I'll finally click on review and create. We will see the price, okay, how much it costs per hour. So for me, it cost 7 rupees 78 paise per hour. So I will say click on create. So it will take at least 2 to 4 minutes to create the VM. So any questions in understanding virtual network, subnet or CADR notation? What is the format of CADR notation? I think after this session, right, please go through this video once again, because after some time we'll forget this CADR notation. So for your reference, no, I will save this Excel file and I will upload in the drive, okay. I think by seeing this picture, you may get some idea.
So while defining, you are defined as like a 10 dot 0 dot 1 dot something, right? So
Yes.
that how are you going to find out whether it has to be 10 dot or 20 dot something, and how we can define that? Or the virtual, I mean, Azure will give that one.
So that's what I mentioned. Azure will give by default 10.0. Okay. So, but we can modify it. Okay. So it cannot exceed more than 255. So the bit starts from 0 to 255, right? So it can be 255.0.0 kind of thing.
It won't get conflicted with any other IPs.
So within the same subscription,
Okay.
if you provide the same CADR notation, right, it will give the warning saying that already there is a virtual network with the same CADR notation. Are you okay to continue with or not? So I will show you that. Okay, right now I'll show you that. Okay. So meantime, we can create one more virtual network. So I'll give some name. Okay. If I go to address spacing, right? See, Microsoft is already identified. Okay, there is 10.0. So that's why is referring us to go with 10.1. For example, if I say 10.0, right? Again, see below we are getting a warning message. Address space 10.0.0.0/16 overlaps with the address space. So it is also giving the name also for which VNet this address spacing is given. And is not stopping us to create. We can create it, but there will be overlap with the same IP addressing. So got it right?
Yeah. But even if it overlaps, then it will be a problem, no? Well, accessing the data or something, it will get contradicting, right?
Yeah, so that's what is Microsoft is saying, right? It's conflicting only is saying. Still, if you want to proceed, then our responsibility.
Okay. We have to take care of it.
Yeah, we have to take care about that. Okay. So, but as per Microsoft, yes, highlighting and giving a warning that already this address space is taken, boss. If you want to continue or if you don't want to continue, you can give the different IP address spacing. But still, if you want to go and continue, I will allow you. But how you want to manage, you can manage it. That's it.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. I think so. The VM got created. I will say go to resource. So if I open my VNet, right? See, my web server subnet was 10.0.0.0, right? Okay. If you see here, right, private IP, it is given as 10.0.0.4. So by default, Microsoft will assign it. Okay. So within 251, 0 to 15 will give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 something. If I create one more VM, right? So that VM will not repeat with ending with 4. It will be different IP address. If you want to see, right, we can create one more VM and we can see that. Next disk. See, while practicing, right? So never select primary SSD. Okay. So it will cost more. See, again, we came into networking tab, and by default, that VNet is selected. And see, for our case, the DB server is, sorry, the subnet is selected wrongly. We have to select the right subnet. Okay, next I'll go to management. So if we don't disable these things, right, so there will be some charge for this also. Any properties you enable, right, so there will be extra additional cost for that. So once we create this VM, right, so we can create one more VM under DB server and we'll see what will happen. So there are two web server VMs under web server subnet. Now we will create one more VM which will fall under DB subnet and we'll see what the IP address for that. Disk again I will select standard HDD. In networking section I will verify it's taken proper subnet or not. Yeah, it has taken the correct subnet. So management I will disable boot diagnostics. So and I don't want to change any other things. I'll click on review and create. At final step, right, before clicking on create, validate the pricing. It's in our estimation or not. By chance, if you selected any high I size, right, higher end configuration, right, so the charge may be more. So anyway, it's for a practice purpose only, right? So once we do, we'll delete it, right? So it will not charge much for us. We'll see. Virtual machines. Still, it's creating. See, if you see the subnets for the virtual network, right? For both the subnets, Microsoft will be reserved 5 by default. So out of 256, we'll get only 251. So we can verify for both the subnets. See, out of 251, we have created two VMs, right? So remaining are 259. So out of 256, 5 was taken by Microsoft. And out of 251, we have given one for one VM. So still how many are available? 250 are available. Okay, so now web server 2 got created. I'll go inside this server. See, now it has taken 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3 as taken by Microsoft, I think. I'm not sure, but which is the IP address has taken, Microsoft has taken. But if you see the first web server, right, it has taken as dot 4. And for this, it is taken as dot 5. If you see the subnet configuration also, right, CADS notation of the web server subnet, right, it was 10.0.0, right? So the same thing it has followed here also. 10.0.0/5. But for DB server, it has to be, sorry, But for DB server, it has to be 10.0.1. Next something. So still it is creating. Okay, we can see the status. Okay, still it is creating. Okay, now again I will refresh it. It got created. Okay, now I'll go. I'll open the DB web server 01. Now if you see right again, it's taken .4 and the CAD notation is it's following the same as subnet of DB subnet 10.0.1.4. So this is how we can configure the virtual network and configure the subnets, and while creating the virtual machines, right? Maybe web apps. This is the way how we can provide the networking or configure the networking part. Okay. So based on that, the VMs for all the VMs or anything, right? The IP address will be assigned like this. Any questions on this? Sarthi, Amar, Shiva.
Yeah, nothing.
So now still we are in a very basics of virtual network. Okay, now we have to learn many things in this. So my request is before coming to next class, right? Try to at least practice this section or go through this video and try to understand what we configured and try to understand what is IP addressing, what is CADR notation. So how to give the CADR notation for the VNet. If I give on the CADR notation for the VNet, how it has to be followed for the subnets, and if I given the CADR notation for the subnets, right? So next how it will be followed to the sub level, maybe virtual machines or web apps. Okay, all those things. Okay.
Yeah.